What was your never interrupt an enemy while they're making a mistake moment? My new business partner, Marcus, spent 3 months trying to push me out of our software startup while I quietly documented everything. We'd built an AI scheduling app together, splitting everything 50-50, but Marcus had bigger plans that apparently didn't include me. It started with small things, scheduling important client calls when he knew I had other commitments, then telling clients I was unreliable when I couldn't attend. He'd book conference rooms for strategy sessions and forget to invite me, then act surprised when I showed up anyway. The most infuriating part was how he'd smile and apologize, claiming it was just miscommunication. But I noticed he was adding himself as primary contact on all our client accounts, slowly positioning himself as the face of the company. Then he started telling investors I was just the technical guy, while he handled real business decisions. What Marcus didn't know was that I'd been quietly backing up all our communications and financial records to a secure server he couldn't access. Every condescending email, every client interaction where he undermined me, every attempt to minimize my contributions, all saved with timestamps. The breaking point came when our biggest potential client, TechFlow Industries, requested a product demonstration. This was a $2 million contract that would make or break our startup. Marcus scheduled the meeting for a day he knew I'd be at my sister's wedding, then sent me a casual text. "Don't worry about the TechFlow demo. I've got this handled. Enjoy the wedding." I almost canceled my family plans to fight for that meeting, but something stopped me. Instead, I spent the wedding reception on my phone, carefully reviewing all the technical documentation Marcus would need for the presentation. That's when I realized he had a problem. Our entire codebase was built on a custom API that I'd developed. Marcus could demo the basic features, but he had no idea how the backend actually worked. More importantly, he'd been promising clients features that didn't exist yet, assuming I'd just figure out how to build them later. Rather than warning him or rushing back to help, I decided to let him dig his own grave. The next morning, I got a panicked call from our investor, David Chen. "What the hell happened at TechFlow?" he demanded. "Marcus just gave the worst product demo I've ever witnessed." Apparently, the TechFlow CTO had asked basic technical questions about data security and scalability. Marcus had fumbled through buzzword-heavy non-answers for 20 minutes before finally admitting he wasn't the technical expert. When they requested a live demo of our advanced scheduling algorithms, Marcus discovered that half the features he'd been promising were just mock-ups in our presentation. The TechFlow team ended the meeting early, with their CTO saying they'd consider other options, but it got worse. During Marcus's desperate scrambling, he'd accidentally revealed that we didn't actually have the enterprise-level security certifications he'd been claiming in sales calls. 3 other potential clients pulled out that same week. David called an emergency board meeting for Friday. I arrived to find Marcus in full damage control mode, trying to blame everything on technical delays and communication breakdowns with my partner. He even suggested that maybe it was time to bring in more experienced technical leadership. That's when I opened my laptop and projected our entire email history onto the conference room screen. Every instance where Marcus had excluded me, lied to clients, or promised impossible features. Every time he'd positioned me as disposable while taking credit for my work. The silence in that room was deafening. Marcus's face went from confident to mortified as months of his scheming played out in chronological order. "The TechFlow demo failed," I said calmly, "because Marcus has been promising features that don't exist, using technical terms he doesn't understand, for a product he can't actually demonstrate." I pulled up our code repository. He has 0 commits to our actual code base. Every technical breakthrough he's taken credit for, that's my work. David looked between us, then directly at Marcus. "Is this accurate?" Marcus stammered about partnership dynamics and shared responsibilities, but the evidence was overwhelming. 2 hours later, Marcus was buying out his shares at a significantly reduced valuation.